I used to take Dory to the grocery store a lot back in the day. Used to hop in the whip, go to Publix. I'd judge every single thing he grabbed. Be like, really? You're going to buy a gallon of juice? Oh my God, you're buying Boar's Head? Just buy the regular. It's cheaper. Like, I would judge every single thing he grabbed.
He wants happy eggs.
There was this carton of eggs. It was like only 6 eggs in there. They're called happy eggs, and they were like twice the price of all the eggs around them. Dory wanted the happy eggs. We're like, why the hell would you buy the happy? She's like, oh, you guys want some sad eggs. I see how he ended up buying the happy eggs.
Yeah, I got like 2 cartons of them. They were pretty good. We got one last topic, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, Mateo, can you do me a favor? Can you intro this topic?
Oh, man. Let me pull
No,
up the sheet.
no, I'm just playing. It's because we're talking about favors for friends, all right? How many of us have that one friend that always needs a ride everywhere, all right? How many of us have that one friend who needs a ride from the airport? And every vacation they go on, they're looking at you. All right?
See, I've got some opinions on that one. Here's the thing. Y'all fly down to Austin. I will pick you up from the airport. I will drop you off at the airport. Y'all are visiting me, right?
Yeah.
But if we live in the same city and I'm asking you for a ride to the airport or you're asking me for a ride to the airport, just don't, man. Like, Uber exists. Like, just take a car delivery service. Park your car at the airport. Do something else. I don't want to spend my time going and dropping someone off at the airport unless it's, the situation. They don't have a vehicle. They have no other option.
I once got dumped because of that.
Yeah?
I was talking to a girl. We were dating. I mean, we still talk to each other afterwards, but that was pretty much the beginning of the end. She was like, hey, and this is week 2. Like, I'm talking to her. She's like, hey, I'm going out of town. I'm going to need you to take my car and park it on alternate side parking for me until I get back. And I was like, you should put it in a garage or you should park at the airport. And she's like, so you're telling me no? And I'm like, yes, I'm telling you no. And that was pretty much the beginning of the end of that. She was very offended that after only 2 weeks of knowing me without having any sexual relationships, that I was going to sign up to that deal. I said, no, sir, you looks like you want the premium doughy package. And that's going to cost a lot more. All right.
But with the premium doughy package, you get the little blue check mark.
Yes, sir. You get door-to-door service. All right. I'll take you to the airport and everything.
Leaving somebody with a car in New York City is a big responsibility.
It's a huge
because
responsibility.
You park the car on one street. If you don't alternate that car in like 2 days, that car is going to get towed because the street sweepers are going to come by. They expect no cars on the right side of the road on this day. If you left that car there, you're going to get that car towed, and that person's going to come back to you and tell you it's your fault this got towed. And it's like, I don't need that energy. I don't own a car in New York City, so I don't need to worry about what days they're doing what things. It's like, if I mess this up, it's going to cost you money. I don't want that responsibility. But that's that's way far beyond the question that's being asked, right? We're questioning these little favors for a friend. I don't mind the airport trips, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, a friend's like, yo, could you give me a ride to the airport? I'm an airport man. I pick people up and drop people off to the airport fairly regularly. My mom, one time I drove from Orlando to Palm Beach just to take my mom to the airport. That one actually pissed me off.
That's a long drive.
My mom was like, yo,
God.
Pucha, you think you could take me to the airport? And I was like, you want me to drive from Orlando to Palm Beach to take you to the airport? She's like, yeah. I was like, all right. And I used it as an excuse to hang out with my other family and friends, but I was just like, I got 2 brothers, there's Uber, a cab, like there's probably other means here, but yeah, my family are big on getting rides to and from the airport. I don't mind it. I got family in Orlando right now that I pick up and drop off at the airport and stuff like that. As long as you don't come on a weekday, we're probably okay.
I don't mind the weekday if it's in the middle of the day. If you're giving me a weekday at like 8 o'clock in the morning to get to the airport, I don't want to do it. I typically am going to say no. I don't want to do that. Going to make me drive through rush hour to pick you up, then go to the airport. That's a lot.
Is it okay?
My mom always likes to fly early, so she'll land in Miami at like 6 a.m. or her flight leaves at like 7 o'clock in the morning. So we're waking up at 4:30 after getting drunk last night. We're waking up at 4:30 to hit a drive to Miami so she could be there 2 hours early. It's not fun.
That's rough, dude.
Is it wrong to say no to your friends?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Depends.
But people can judge you for saying no to things that they might not think are a big deal. For example, your and Tony's shirt argument that you've been having now for like 2 years or whatever about whether Tony should go, whether you should go and get Tony new shirts from your shirt store, or whatever whatever that whole argument is. Some people would say,
yeah, I think Doey's wrong for that.
That's been going on for way longer than 2 years, by the way. This is like 10 years now.
It's a little less than 10 years. Yeah, I remember when this started. This started around the Texas trip.
oh yeah, that was a while ago.
That's how, that when we all went to Austin. It's like a little bit before that is when
Because is it when we met up in New York that same trip right before that?
Yeah, when we met up in New York, Doey got me shirts and he got Tony shirts, and that was the beginning of the shirt argument. I think Doey's in the wrong. Doey's going to these places to get shirts for himself regardless. He's pissed off that you're like, yo, get me 5 shirts, and you give him the money. He wants you to hit him with a tip. Like, just the act of purchasing those shirts, he deserves money for it. It's like, no, this is what being friends is for. This is why we're friends.
You're like, oh, how much did it cost? It cost $26.96. He's like, hold on, let me count this change real quick.
$26.96.
He's like, let me get this change for you real quick. I'm like,
I might give you $30 if it's easier. I might give you $28.
I would round up. Now, although in the day of Cash App, you can send exact change.
Facts.
You can send that $26.96, no problem.
If you told me $26.96, I'm sending you maybe $28. And then Doey will be mad.
You got to tip me 40%, baby.
It's like when I got a PS5 from our friend circle, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And the person who set it up was just like, yeah, the PS5 costs this much, and you could throw in a little something. I was like, throw in something? Like, well, I gotta tip people now? Like, I'll buy it off eBay if it's like that. Like, well, I gotta give people money because it's like, this is crazy. I don't know. I've never really understood the like, we're friends, but you gotta pay me extra to get me to do things. It's like,
a buddy of mine did hook me up with a PS5 during like the whole PS5 shortage thing. And the way that we did it is I just bought it for the straight, $300 with 400, whatever the hell it was. I forget now. It's so long ago. Bought it for that. And I took him out to lunch when we went and swapped the PlayStation 5.
That's
paid
fair.
for his lunch that day. Like, that makes sense. I was
That's
like,
fair.
you did extra effort. He had all kinds of like tricks for like getting like priority access to this PlayStation queue. I was like, you did some work. You pulled some moves to get this PlayStation 5.
Yeah, that's awesome because food is the way straight to my butthole. It's just gonna go take you right there.
But that's about how.
that's the butthole a good place?
Yeah, that's awesome. It's like food's the straight way to my heart. Like, it's straight to my butthole though.
That's my preferred way to pay back buddies though. Like, buy me a beer, buy me food. Like that's gonna meet me. You cover the McDonald's and we're at McDonald's. It doesn't have to be fancy food. Just
like Tony would say, put it in my gullet.
His gullet. He hasn't said gullet in a minute.
Yeah, I haven't heard him say gullet in a little bit. Yeah, like if I help a friend move, you best be buying pizza or tacos.
Pizza and beer. That's the required payback for helping someone move. But I'm 37 now. I don't want to help you move anymore. You're making grown people money. Hire a service.
Yeah. Yeah, the moving one.
I paid for movers when I moved into my house. And I was hoping it started a trend where people would go, well, dang, Pooch didn't hit me up to help him move. So if I hit him up to help me move, it's going to be weird. And the amount of moves have diminished. My aunt still be hitting me up though. She'd be like, yo, help me move this, help me move that. You know, they're older people. I'm still about it. You know what I mean? But yeah, the helping people move thing is old. I don't want to help anybody move anymore.
It's been a minute since I've had to, but I especially don't want to help you move if there's stairs involved. If you're moving into the 3rd floor of an apartment complex here in Austin that doesn't have an elevator, I don't want to be part of it. I don't want to struggle couches up the stairs anymore.
Everyone says that moving upstairs is worse. Man, by the time I had accumulated all that stuff in that 6th floor walk up, throwing all that stuff out it was one of the worst things I ever had to do.
That sucks.
Yeah, it was really, really rough. 6 floors down, 6 floors up. 6 floors down is the worst.
The worst move I ever did in my life was one that I thought was going to be the easiest move in my life. I was moving from a 1-bedroom place in this apartment complex to a 2-bedroom place on the other side of the apartment complex. I was like, this is easy. I just load shit up in the car, take it over, unload the car, move back. It took forever. It took 20 some odd car loads to do that move. And if I just bought a single truck and rented it for like 2 hours, I would have been set. But because I decided to do it cheap and do it the lazy way, and I was like, I can just slow roll this move. It won't stress me out at all. It was the most stressful move I've ever done in my life, and it destroyed me. I was dead for 3 days afterwards, just physically beat.
Yep, same exact experience. I moved from a 2-bedroom apartment to a 3-bedroom in the same other side of the apartment complex. We ended up getting a truck, but we got a little truck. We were like, we're going to get a little truck. And we had to do like 4 truckloads. We piled it up. We got up early and everything to do this. And we had to be out of that apartment by the next day. And it was the most stressful move. We literally moved things the whole entire day. It was like 12:30 at night. We finally got everything out of the apartment. And we're like, we gotta vacuum and clean. It sucked. And then by the time we were done, it was me, my wife, and my roommate. We got back to our new apartment where everything was just thrown. We didn't have time to organize anything.
Nothing was unpacked. Nothing was.
We just slept on the rug and the carpets that night. Like, cause we're just too dead. We ordered a box of pizza and we just ate it depressedly on the couch and just went to sleep that night.
Exact same experience, dude. I set up the TV and like the PlayStation, and we put blankets down on the ground and just slept on the ground that first night.
Damn. Yeah, the only thing I would say is after the pandemic, especially here in New York, movers are charging an arm and a leg. Like they will hit you over the head over here for moving costs. So I have seen some pretty wealthy people get their friends together with a U-Haul, and like I would believe that they're probably paying them, you know what I mean? But who knows? But how would you guys like to be paid? What if your friend said, "Hey, I need your help. I'll throw you $200. Help me out."
For moving?
Yeah.
I don't know if I would accept that, honestly. Like if you're gonna talk me into helping you move, I'm not in it for because I'm adding money or like I'm needing money or anything. If I needed money, that'd be great. That'd be dope as hell if a buddy like wanted to just toss me $200.
Yeah, I would say I would hire my friends if let's say $6,000 moving costs and I could just do it for 2 or 3. If I just hit my boys off with some cash, I would think, that would be a motivator.
One of the last moves that I helped on, buddy gave me some of his furniture because he was moving out. He was moving into a much smaller place, so he gave me like a couch and like some things like that. And it was a nice couch, so I was like, that makes it worth my time. Yeah. I needed a couch anyway.
Yeah, the last 2 times I moved, people helped me and it wasn't bad. When I moved into an apartment, the last apartment I moved to, me and my roommate and my wife, we did like maybe a third of the unpacking, and then some friends just sort of spontaneously popped up and we unpacked the car in like 40 minutes. It was crazy.
Awesome. So that's awesome.
The help helps.
Yeah.
If you want me to help, you better have a legion of men. I'm not gonna pull up and I'm one of 3 helpers. Like you ain't breaking my back, all right? And then even the most recent move, I paid movers to move everything into the house, and a bunch of my family came over and just unpacked all my boxes. It took us weeks to pack these boxes. When the movers moved the stuff in, that night my house was completely unpacked. Like, I didn't have to unpack anything.
That's awesome.
So it was dope. That move was really nice. And it was nice. We bought food, we made some food, we had liquor, we were hanging out for the most part. So it was cool. But yeah, I'm not accepting money from anybody. That, like, somebody wants me to help them move. I feel like it would feel weird as a friend to take money from somebody if it's like a favor. It's one thing if I work as a moving company, like, then yeah, you should absolutely pay me, and you should pay me my fair rates. None of that friend discount BS. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If I'm your friend, you should pay me you should even be more adamant to pay me the right amount, because this is how I make my living. Like,
yeah, if you have like a business doing that, absolutely. It sucks when you have a business and everybody's like, yo, let me get the hookup. And it's like, yo, if I give everybody the hookup, I can't have this business. You know what I mean? So it's weird. Look, the bed behind me, I have my coworker. He's my friend, but I clearly gave him a job to do. I said, yo, I have this bed. We're going to take it apart. I need you to rent a U-Haul, take it to my house, put it back together. I give him for like $400. I was like, because I know that all of that shit is labor and like, so, and he brought his son with him and he gave his son $50. So I was like, you know what I mean? Everybody's eating. His son was happy that day.
That's rad. Yeah. You know, there are some favors though that, like, I don't mind doing at all. You know, one of my favorite favors to do for a friend, they need to run errands. They need a ride. I love taking people to do errands. I like taking people just to go and do just everyday shopping, not even anything crazy. We're not going and looking for like some shoes or something. Just they need to get some groceries. They need to get some shit for their house at Target or something.
I loved going shopping with Bucho when he used to take me to go do my shopping. It was me and Bucho.
Yeah, I used to take Dory to the grocery store a lot back in the day. We used to hop in the whip, go to Publix. I'd judge every single thing he grabbed. Be like, really? You're going to buy a gallon of juice? Oh my God, you're buying Boar's Head? Just buy the regular. It's cheaper. Like, I would judge every single thing he grabbed.
He wants happy eggs.
Yeah. Yep.
The happy eggs. You want sad eggs?
You don't want sad eggs.
There was this carton of eggs. It was like only 6 eggs in there. They're called happy eggs, and they were like twice the price of all the eggs around them. Doy wanted the happy eggs. We're like, why the hell would you buy the happy? She's like, oh, you guys want some sad eggs. I see how. He ended up buying the happy eggs.
Yeah, I got like 2 cartons of them. They were pretty good. Yeah, they were nice and fat and juicy.
I don't know if they're better than a regular egg, but they felt better. You know, you knew those eggs were happy.
Were they worth double the price of normal eggs?
I think they were like $1 or $2 over. Yeah.
That's not too bad.
Nowadays, you don't see me doing that at all because of the way inflation has hit food. That's it. There's no more. I'm getting the cheapest.
Eggs are sad as hell.
Sad. Pathetic almost.
Yo, bro, Doey used to shop. I'm talking bougie shopping, dude. I remember thinking, I used to look at him and be like, this dude is rich. Like, because I used to live so broke, and then I'd hang out with Doe, and Doe was like,
I want the best of the best.
Let me get a pound of provolone. Yeah, Boar's Head. Let me get a pound of roast beef. I'm like, God, the cold cuts are already expensive. He's getting the most expensive cold cuts and the Boar's Head, the higher tiered quality meat. I'm like,
sandwiches were my shit.
You better get that. You better get regular ham, not even honey ham. Just get the ham, like the cheapest shit you can get.
But yeah,
those are good days. Those are good days for sure. That's when I drove a Volkswagen Cabrio, the Cabriolet. My mom named it the Roach.
The Roach?
Yeah, it was a
she
brown
called
car.
my car the Roach.
It was a little brown car going down the road.
It was embarrassing to have that car.
We dropped the top in that.
Yeah, it was convertible. I used to drop the top at night. You can't do it in the day; you'll die. It's too hot. Yeah, the car was good to me. I bought that car for a 1994 Cabriolet, $1,000.
Awesome,
and it lasted me. I owned that car for 3 years. Yeah. I graduated high school and a couple years, and I did like a year and a half of college. And then I gave that car to my brother, and then he drove that car till the wheels fell off. It was terrible. The whole top was ripped open and everything. It was bad.
Oh my god!
I don't know what happened to that car, if they junked it or what, but
They had to.
it was a good $1,000. It was a good purchase.
I'm glad that we've moved past putting fabric tops on cars and whatnot.
Same.
I was just behind it was an old Cadillac the other day, and it had one of those like fabric tops, but it was just all fucked up and just like waving in the breeze. I'm glad we've moved past that.
You
was a good
remember when like the fabric used to be on the roof and used to come down and used to just hang? It's the worst.
That was every car I owned in the 90s.
Oh, I hated that so much.
I mean, cars don't do that as much anymore, but they're still made of the same material. Like the inside of your car, that stuff gets detached and it'll be hanging.
I feel like they leveled up the adhesive.
Yellow foam. Yeah, they leveled up the adhesive, but there used to be that yellow foam. And dude, I pick at things. If I got a scab, I pick at it.
Mm-hmm.
You put me in a car like that, I'm gonna ruin your car because I'll be like sneaking, ripping pieces of foam off. Like
You'd be like this.
and then I grab a piece. I remember in the 5th grade, I moved to Florida, and the teacher didn't explain something to me. But basically, one day, I'm a fidgeter. One day, I sit at my desk and I see like a little ticket, like I don't know, like a ticket you get at the arcade, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a ticket in my desk. And back in the day, there'd be all types of stuff in those desks. I don't know where this ticket came from. It must have always been there, or who knows what. Anyways, I grabbed the ticket and I just started ripping it. I ripped this ticket into like 1,000 little pieces just out of pure boredom, just grabbing things and doing things with it. And I was doing this right on the desk, like in the middle of class. And I was doing my work. The teacher passed by and saw it, and then she yelled at me. She was like, "Oh, so that's what we're doing now. I see. Well, you're never getting a ticket again." And I didn't know. So apparently I did something good. She put a ticket in my desk. I was supposed to use that ticket to get
prize.
something out of the prize box. But then I ripped the ticket up and she got pissed off. And she's like, he doesn't give a damn about this prize box. But it was a complete misunderstanding, misheld. I apologize. If you're out there, if you're listening, okay, it was a complete misunderstanding. And 5th grade me didn't know how to articulate that I didn't know what was going on. So
Did she ever give you a ticket again?
I don't remember. I don't think so. I don't think I ever got a ticket again.
If you've ever seen Pucho concentrate on something, he looks like he's really upset. His daughter has it too. Like when she's concentrated, they look. So he must have been concentrated on his work, just fidgeting and tearing shit up. So she probably took that as like, this guy's playing the shit out of me in front of me.
He's telling the whole class he don't give a damn about these tickets.
Fuck those
that
prizes.
Treasure box ain't worth being a good kid. Forget that prize box.
Damn, I forgot about the treasure box, man.
Fight the system.
Yeah.
I don't even know where we are, but doing favors.
Yeah,
Doing favors.
doing favors.
All right? Do me a favor, okay? Don't do me any favors.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. I don't want to owe nobody anything, and I don't want people to be entitled to a reciprocation. And I just don't want things from people. It's very rare that I want things from people. So when people go out of their way to do me a favor, I feel dread that I have to reciprocate. That's the actual feeling that I'm feeling. While you're thinking you're doing a nice thing for me, you're giving me negative feelings. That's what's happening. I'm not even lying. That's, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
This has been another episode of the One Up Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you all for coming with us on this luxurious ride. Make sure you hit that like.
We'll have Tony back next week, hopefully.
Yeah. Or not.
We didn't address that. We didn't address that, but yeah, Tony wasn't able to join us this week.
It's okay. We're not worried about Tony. All right. We like the new and improved feel around here, although we miss Tony because he's going to get mad. He's going to think I'm not playing around. We miss him. Right.
We'll see though. Tony is in Orlando. Okay. Happens to be the same city I'm in. And he claimed that we're going to link up.
Ooh.
I'm not going to reach out to him at all. I'm going to just see if he remembers. I don't anticipate us hanging out. If he doesn't hang out, if we don't hang out, he's off the pod. Okay. If you don't see him next week, it's because he didn't come to my house. I'm telling you guys now. You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first.
Yep. That's hot. Yeah, I like that. That's spicy.
We opened the pod. You said I'm a hot man.
Yeah.
That's how we started. And we started hot. We're ending hot.
Ending on a cliffhanger.
I know. We'll find out next week what really
On
happened.
Dragon Ball Z?
On Dragon Ball Z on the One Up podcast. Make sure you all go one up yourself, guys.
Peace.